Hello YouTube makeup lovers. So today I wanted to do a first impression video for you guys because I purchased a brand new foundation and I couldn't wait to try it out and share with you guys my first impressions on the foundation. So I have not touched it until today that I'm going to be doing this video. The foundation is the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Foundation. This is the 12-hour foundation. It does have SPF. It has SPF 15. This is the packaging right here. It is a glass bottle and it has kind of like a wooden looking packaging, and very important, it does have a pump. When I first saw it at the store, I was like, oh, it doesn't have a pump, just because I couldn't really tell. And then when I took off the top and saw the pump, I was really happy. I think had it not had a pump, I just may not have bought it. But I really wanted to try this foundation. I have heard wonderful things. I heard that if you have dry skin, this is a really great foundation, and I do have dry skin, so that is why I wanted to try it and share it with you. I bought it at Ulta, but they carry it at Ulta and of course Sephora and the Tarte website. It is $42. That's how much it cost me. So it better be good because it's not cheap. This foundation on the Sephora website, I'm looking at it right now, it seems to come in 7 shades. I have the shade Light, which on the Sephora website, Light comes out as the lightest color. I don't know why I feel that at Ulta there was a color that was lighter than this one when I bought it. So I don't know if there's a difference, or maybe I saw it wrong at Ulta, but I could have sworn that when I picked the color Light, there was one that was a little bit lighter. But on my iPad, on the Sephora website, it shows as the lightest color. I did notice that when I tried the light color and the next color, warm beige, it was a really big difference. A lot of the shades that I tested did seem to be a little orangey. So I'm not sure how I feel about the color selection. I don't think they have that much, which is something that I love about the Urban Decay, the Naked Skin Foundation, is that you have so many colors to choose from, and they have the whole, you know, warm and cool tones. Some of them have more pink in them, some of them have more yellow, and I really like that. These are just pretty much 7, and the colors, when I tried this one and the next one up, they were completely different. I felt like it jumped a gazillion shades darker, and it was really orange. I feel that the shade Light is the right shade for me, and as you can see now when I show you exactly how I apply the foundation, right now since I'm filming the intro, I've already applied the foundation on, so I have it on right now, but you'll see now in a couple seconds exactly how it applies, because I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you my thoughts as I was applying it for the first time. This foundation, I think it's pretty much a full coverage foundation. I started off with a little bit and it gave me a really nice medium coverage, which is usually my preference. I really do like medium coverage, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in the video. But this is a foundation that you can definitely take to a full coverage, and it covers really well. So far from what I've seen and what I've tried right now is that the foundation feels really good. It gives you full coverage, but it doesn't feel cakey or anything like that, which I really like. I do not like feeling all this product on my face, but we will see how it goes throughout the evening, as I will check back in towards the end to, you know, complete the video and tell you my final thoughts on how I felt for the next few hours, how I feel that the foundation is doing with my face. On the Sephora website, it does say that it is a maracuja oil infused anti-aging and moisturizing full coverage liquid foundation. So it does have some nice anti-aging properties to it. It says, awaken your complexion with this multitasking full coverage liquid foundation. Maracuja has been known to reduce redness, irritation, and inflammation of the skin, making this foundation perfect for all skin types and ideal for sensitive, dehydrated, dry, or aging skin. It says the combination of vitamin A, E, and mineral pigment hydrates and preserves the skin. So I pretty much like all that it says on the website. I love that it has some anti-aging things to it, which always helps. And I do think the foundation is very dewy. I will tell you that in the video too. I'm probably repeating myself, but I just kind of wanted to make sure that I get everything out there that I'm thinking about the foundation. I do feel that it looks nice and dewy on me, and I actually really like that. So for dry skin, so far it feels amazing. So, well, let's get on with the tutorial and I will show you exactly how I applied the foundation and my thoughts of how I feel as I'm applying it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, put my hair up so that it does not get in the way while I apply my foundation. And I am going to put on some primer. I already put on face cream. I use my Ahava Time to Hydrate Essential Day Moisturizer. And I'm going to put a little bit of the Pore-fessional just because I always like to put on primer before my foundation. And next I'm going to take my Tarte Maracuja Miracle Foundation in the shade Light, and I'm going to put a pump on my hand. It is a brand new foundation, so of course it takes like 50 pumps for a little bit to come out. It still hasn't come out. And not yet. Okay, so I have put 2 pumps onto my hand, and I am going to just stamp the foundation in little dots all around my face. And I'm going to take this Sigma brush. This is the SS197, which is this one right here. It's one of these Kabuki brushes that they have, and I'm gonna pat this all over my face. Feel that the foundation has gone on quite nicely. It has blended really well. I haven't even used everything that I have on my hand except for what I dotted, so I really don't think I even need to pump. I'm quite happy with the coverage that I have right now. It's not sinking into any lines or anything like that. I have drier skin, so that's important to mention. The reason I bought this foundation in the first place was because I had heard that it was really good for drier skin, and so far I'd like it. We have to see how it reacts throughout the night. So it is 8:26 in the evening, and I'm gonna try to keep the foundation on as long as I can tonight. Keep it on my face until I go to sleep, and well, it's the weekend, so I can stay up as long as I want. I'm really happy, like I mentioned, with this coverage. It has blended in really nicely. It feels really good on my skin. For me, I'm happy with the coverage. It feels good with my drier skin. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel cakey. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything on my face, really. I don't feel like I'm wearing like a lot of product, which is something that I always love. Just for the sake of the video, I am going to add a little bit more foundation. Not that normally I would, but just to kind of give you guys an idea if this foundation is buildable. So I'm going to take another pump and I'm gonna dot it all over my face. Normally I would not do this because I'm really happy with what I got with the first application, but let's just see what happens if it feels thicker. And you know, you want to make sure that you can probably take a foundation, see what coverage it actually goes to. This foundation, I think so far it has been a medium coverage for me, and I like it. I'm sure I can thin it out, and as I am testing out right now, you can also build it up. So it has built up quite nicely. It still feels the same. I don't feel like I have applied a lot more product, which makes me really happy because I hate the feeling of having like a gunk of makeup on your face. A really good tip, which I always use, if I want to go really light with my foundation, I'll take a beauty blender and I'll wet it and I'll apply it with a wet beauty blender, and that shears out pretty much any foundation that I have ever used. It has worked. That little trick has worked. You can also build it up with a beauty blender. It's not just for light application, but I personally like to thin out my foundation with a beauty blender. And when I like a thicker coverage, I do like to use a brush. So right here, I can see it has built up nicely. I feel like the foundation is giving me a nice dewiness to my skin, which I always like. I feel it looks nice and natural. It's not completely matte. I don't know how this would be on people with oily skin, but for me it's working really, really well. I think the color has blended nicely. So now I'm going to apply my concealer, and I am going to set my foundation with powder like I would normally do. I'm going to apply bronzer and blush, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have applied the rest of my makeup on my face. This foundation can definitely be full coverage. I love foundations like that you can take them from light to full. Don't forget that just because a foundation is full coverage doesn't mean that you can't sheer it out and apply it lightly or medium. And this one, I think you can do all of the above. It definitely, I feel like it gave me a full coverage application. I normally wouldn't do full coverage, but like I mentioned, I just wanted to show you for the video so you know that it is possible. For my taste, I definitely either go light or medium. Sometimes for work, I'll do light, and then if I want to go out and just look a little bit more nice on my face and just make sure that my skin is flawless, I do like to do medium. I rarely go up to full coverage, but the foundation does it all. So far, I do feel that this foundation is probably going to be better for drier skin than for more oily skin, because it feels really great on me. But my skin is a little bit extra dry now because first, I've been in the sun a lot, so I'm also a little bit tanner. And when I do get some sun, I do feel that my skin is a little bit more dry. So I do think that it is better for dry skin. Not sure how it would react on oily skin, but that's just something to keep in mind. And well, we shall see throughout the evening how the foundation lasts. I will check back in. It does say that it is a 12-hour foundation. I mean, I don't really wear foundation that much for 12 hours for the lasting power. I guess maybe when I go to work, it might come in nice and handy if I leave really early and I come back in the evening. But I will be checking it out and just see how it lasts, and just to see also something that's really good is how your blush lasts, because my blush is something that always disappears. And if you have a really good foundation, it really helps the lasting power of the blush. So I will not be blotting or anything. I will not be reapplying makeup or anything like that. I'm just going to leave it as it is right now. I'm not going to touch it until I come back tonight and show you guys how everything has lasted and how it looks. Okay? So I should be back shortly in a few hours. Bye. Well, I am back, and it is now 2:19 in the morning, and so far I am really happy with the Tarte Maracuja foundation. So far I feel that the foundation has lasted really nicely throughout the night. I do still have blush on, which is a really good sign for me. I feel like the blush is still intact. I do feel that when I left the house, I was a little bit more made up than I am now. So I do think that some of the makeup has faded, but I still feel that my face still looks nice and flawless. I still see a little bit of the dewiness in the skin that this foundation actually gives. So I have high hopes for this foundation. Of course, you can't compare trying the product once in a first impression video to using the product day after day for a few weeks. I think that's the best way to really feel the foundation and see how your skin reacts to it, and see if you really, really love it using it on a daily basis. So I will definitely be doing that with this foundation. I'm going to use it for a while and then be on the lookout for it in case it pops up in one of my favorite videos. The favorite videos I think are always good because sometimes products that you discuss during the month, maybe you see me buy them in a haul, but maybe you don't see me mention them again, or even in a first impression video. But I like to always make a point that if I buy something earlier in the month and if I use it a lot, I always do try to mention it a lot if I love it. So I will definitely continue using the Tarte foundation. Let's see if it really is miraculous as they say it is. But I will be using it every day from now on just to make sure that I do love it. But for right now, I'm really happy with it. It lasted a really long time. I love it that it did not feel thick on my skin. I did not feel like I was wearing a layer of cake. And it just blended in nicely. It's super buildable. I love being able to build my foundations, and this can definitely go up to a full coverage foundation. And it's just wonderful. I love the packaging. I love that it has a pump. And I just really am very excited to continue using this foundation, and I will keep you updated on exactly what I think about it throughout the next couple weeks. And as always, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching Bee Lounge Makeup. Bye!